Hello everyone, it's just a dad. Today I'm going to do a super detailed review on the brand new Roborock Saros Z70 with the robotic arm. So is this robot vacuum with a robotic arm all hype, or does it actually work? Now in this video we're going to watch it clean the rooms and also pick up trash and a shoe. Now it is a super long video because there is a lot to cover with this robot. I did buy this with my own money and I was not paid for this video. I will put a link to it in the show description note. In there, you'll see the list of the robot vacuum cleaners that I approve of. I bought all those with my own money. If you purchase the product using one of those links, the product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can give you these honest reviews. So let's get started. We're going to watch it clean the floors and hopefully throw some trash away and pick up some shoes. Okay, let's see how the Roborock Saros Z70 with robotic arm is going to mop this kitchen floor. I do have a shoe out. We'll see how it does with it. Now, the first thing it's going to do, it is going to reattach the mop pads, and then it's going to wash the mop pads with hot water and fill the internal tank. The robot has an internal water tank that it uses to keep the mop pads wet. And what you're hearing now is the water that's left over from washing the mop pads. It sucks it up into the dirty water tank. And it's going to do the same thing at the end of the job. Okay, so it's going to undock and start mopping this room. You could have it mop and vacuum, but I'm going to have it just mop only. And we'll watch it extend that side mop up against the wall. And it can automatically lift the mop pads when it senses carpet too. There, it lifted the mop pads. It can extend that mop pad right up next to the wall. Now we've got a bunch of shoes over here. I don't have a no-go zone here, so it's going to identify those as shoes and avoid them. Now those are big tennis shoes. It'll identify those as shoes it cannot lift with its robotic arm. It can only lift small shoes or slippers. There's the shoe it identified. And you can see it's putting water on top of the mop pads to keep them wet. It just drips water on top of them. There, you can see the water going down on top of it. And now once it does the perimeter of the room, it's going to go back and forth and make the straight lines mopping. Now, it should avoid that slipper, but we also want it to identify it as something that it can pick up. So it looks like it's going to avoid it and try to identify it now. The sensor on the front has to identify it as an object that it can pick up. And those objects are stored inside the robot. So as long as it looks like something that it knows it can pick up, it will pick it up. And I've got it programmed to where it's going to move it to the shoe safe storage area. And so we can see that it did identify it with a little grappling hook. And it took a picture of it. There's the picture of it. It says footwear recognized suitable for shoe storage area. If it doesn't do that, say that, it will not pick it up.
Sorting items.
Ooh. So it saw this as a piece of garbage that it can throw away. Now we're going to follow it to the trash can. There's the trash can over there. There's Miss Fiona. Oh, this will be interesting.
Error 66. Failed to open or close the electric hatch. Please make sure there are no obstacles near the robotic arm.
Well, there is an obstacle. So I wonder what we do. Do we move this? Don't want to break it. Ooh. Let's see. Do we press? This is the automatic.
Error 66. Failed to open or close the electric hatch.
Nope.
Please make sure there are
Okay, I activated remote viewing.
remote viewing active. Remote control started.
Whoops. Let's go
The
to.
robotic arm is about to extend. Please keep a safe distance. Remote viewing active. The electric hatch.
Okay, so I need to
Please make sure
probably
there are no obstacles
move
near the
this.
robotic arm.
But boy, it is.
Remote viewing active.
Ooh, it's tight. I feel like I'm going to break it. So I'm trying to.
Remote viewing active.
Yeah, so it's...
Remote viewing active. Remote control stopped.
That is really on there. Oops. So I tore the paper away, kind of pushed this down a little bit.
Remote control started. The robotic arm is about to extend. Please keep a safe distance. Remote viewing active.
So I had to go to remote view and then manual and tell it to extend. And so it extended and dropped this. So, and now we can go to back out, exit.
Remote control stopped.
All right, that seemed to fix it. Okay, let's try this again. I told it to clean this room again. I had to tell it to go dock and start all over. So we've got the slipper, and I've got a different piece of crumbled paper. We'll see how it does. And I told it to do a fast clean. It's not going to do the perimeter of the room. It's just going to go and do the center of the room now. Okay, so it's going to identify that as a slipper that it can pick up and take a picture. It is avoiding it. Yes, it identified it, put a little grappling arm. Footwear recognized, suitable for shoe storage zone. And my shoe storage zone is over here. It's not showing it right now, but it will when it's not cleaning. So it did a good job of mopping around that shoe and avoiding it. Here's that another piece of paper. Okay, it's going to recognize this piece of paper, and hopefully it'll be able to release it. Okay, let's follow it to the trash can. And Miss Fiona is still sleeping. All right, that's much better. And now it will go back to finishing cleaning. And hopefully it's going to pick that slipper up and take it to the shoe storage area. Okay, so when it's all done mopping, it's going to go back to the base station and wash the mop pads. And then it should sort this. It should pick that up and put it in the shoe safe area. Okay. This takes about 2 minutes. And again, it's going to heat the water up, wash the mop pads, suck it up into the dirty water tank. And it also has a special feature that I absolutely love. It's called a dirt detection sensor. So this robot just mopped this floor, the kitchen. And so it comes back, washes the mop pad, sucks the water up into the dirty water tank. It's going to pass through a dirt detection sensor. And if that water is dirtier than normal, the base station is going to say, oh, the kitchen's dirtier than normal. Go back and remop where you just came from, which is the kitchen. It could be the bathroom or wherever. But it's going to tell the robot, go back and do a remopping event. That's an automatic feature that's built into the docking station in the robot. Now you do have to turn that on in the app. It's off by default, but once it's on, it'll do that. Now, if it cleans this kitchen floor and it wasn't dirty, it's just going to come clean it, come back, dock, dry the mop pads, and you're done. You know, wash them, dry them, done. And so this is what we're hoping for. It's got a little grappling hook on it, so it's going to say suitable for shoe storage zone. It should come back and sort that at the end of this job.
Cleaning completed. Charging. Sorting item.
Okay, it's going to sort this shoe. We want to get out of the way. Now it's going to kind of travel around it, and it has to find the best place to pick it up. So it's going to position itself. It may go all the way around the shoe. It may just go around to the left or right, but it has to get that hook in the right position, and then it will deploy the robotic arm. There it is. All right, it's going to place it right back down. So it did not travel to the shoe area. I'm having trouble figuring out where to put that shoe safe area. It doesn't like it where I've put it in a couple spots, and it just doesn't like it where I've got it on the map, which I'm going to show you. And it'll say sorting failed.
Sorting failed. Returning to the dock.
Not sure why. Failed to get to the storage zone. And here it's like, there's the kitchen, you know, there's the shoe storage zone is right there. It should be a clear path. I'm not sure why it can't get to it. Yeah, so if we follow around, I just put it right there, like a really easy spot right there in front of the couch. Now, for some reason, this type of carpet, this brown speckled carpet, it doesn't like it for obstacle avoidance. It did struggle identifying paper on this carpet, but the minute I went to this linoleum, it identified the paper really quick. It was able to identify obstacles a lot better. So let's see how the Roborock Saros Z70 with the robotic arm is going to vacuum up this floor. I do have a piece of paper and a shoe.
The selected room.
Okay, it's going to undock itself. It can leave the mop pads at the base station. So it can auto detach the mop pads and then reattach them when it needs to mop. So there it left them at the base station. And now it's going to travel to the room and start vacuuming only. So I do have the trash can over there, and I've got the shoe safe zone right there. So hopefully it's going to pick the shoe up, put it into the shoe storage area. We do have a ball here. Now it doesn't always pick these things up. It should pick that paper up right there, that's crumpled up paper, and put it in the waste basket from Roborock. Now it does do a good job of vacuuming. The obstacle avoidance is just okay. Sometimes it does run things over. So hopefully it can identify that ball and not run it over. I would like it to stay a little bit farther away from that ball. Looks like it's trying to identify it. And since it has LiDAR navigation, it is going to vacuum in nice straight lines. So it's slowing down to identify that shoe. Now it has to identify that shoe as something it can pick up. So it did avoid the shoe, but now to use that grappling arm or that robotic arm, the sensor on the front has to identify it as one of the things that are pre-programmed into it that it's something that it can pick up. If it's a big tennis shoe, it won't pick up a big tennis shoe, but these slippers and flip-flops, those are programmed in there to be picked up sometimes. But sometimes how it identifies it, it just says it's an obstacle and it's not going to pick it up. And there's two ways you can have it do this. You can have it just move the item and vacuum where that item was, or you can have it move the shoe to the shoe storage area. Now, paper and stuff, it is supposed to move it to the trash can. That's called sorting. And you're going to know which items it can sort. It'll put like a little grappling arm in the app on the item, which I'm going to show you. So it is avoiding that shoe, but let's see how it identified it. So it did identify it with that grappling arm. So see, footwear, suitable for shoe storage area. So now at the end of the job, hopefully it's going to move it to the shoe storage area. Now it has been struggling identifying paper on this brown carpet. I did have some paper on, I've got another place that has hardwood floor that's a gray, like a lighter gray, and it identified the carpet or the paper very easily, but it does seem to be struggling on this brown carpet. Let's hope it at least avoids it. Nope, it didn't. Yeah, maybe on the next pass, but you would like it to stay away from that. At least avoid it. And there it's sort of looking at it going, there's something there, but then it just continues on. Yeah, that's a little disappointing. I do wish the sensor on the front, now they do say they're going to update it with over-the-air updates and have it identify more obstacles and probably have them identify it better. So it probably needs a little bit over-the-air update to identify that paper better. Now, so far in the room, it's only identified that shoe. It didn't identify the ball, and it only identified the shoe. Okay, so it says it's going to start the follow-up cleaning.
Unable to reach the target. Returning to the
I
dock.
do hear that a lot sometimes. I'm not sure why. And we can see there's my shoe safe area, the shoe safe zone, and there's the trash receptacle. So when it is done vacuuming, it is going to auto dock and auto empty the dust bin.
Dustbin.
And so about every month, maybe every 2 months, depending on how dirty your floors are, you are going to have to empty out that. You're going to have to throw this away and replace that dust bag. It's very easy. You just pull that out and push another one in. And so under the robotic arm settings, you've got this follow-up cleaning. During cleaning, the robot will move the items on the floor to the cleaned area. And then you've got automatic sorting, which is after. During cleaning, the robotic will put fabric, socks, and balls, other items on the floor in the storage zone. After cleaning, the robotic arm will put shoes and slippers in the storage zone. All right, I'm going to do one more cleaning. I moved that paper ball, and in the robotic arm settings, I turned the follow-up cleaning off, and I only have automatic sorting turned on. So it identified that shoe with an arm. It says, this footwear recognized suitable for storage, shoe storage zone. If it's not suitable, it'll just recognize it as an obstacle and you won't have that arm on, that grappling arm. Okay, so I made the paper bigger. Maybe it was crumpled up too much. Okay, there, maybe it's identifying it. And again, that Z, that box with the Z on it, that's the Roborock box that it should throw that away in. So it just identified it as an obstacle.
Finished cleaning. Returning to dock.
Okay, so it's finished cleaning. It says it's going to return the dock. So since it did not recognize that as paper, it's not going to throw that away. But hopefully it will sort this shoe. And so it's going to return to the dock, auto empty, and then it's going to sort at the end of the job. It'll come back and sort that shoe.
Sorting items.
Okay, so it's going to go sort the items. Now this can take a little bit. Sometimes it has to position itself 2 or 3 times around it. And sometimes it'll pick it up, set it back down, and then reposition it because it's got to get that robotic arm just right. So it's putting it in a different spot, but it did not take it to the shoe storage zone. I'm not sure why.
Sorting failed. Returning to the dock.
All right, sometimes it gives us a reason. Click on the object. No item found, sorting ended. I'm not sure what that's all about. Okay, obviously this is a Generation 1. I've had all kinds of struggles with this carpet and I didn't realize it because I constantly kept checking it in this carpet because I can sit there and just, because you got to watch it for like 20 minutes. So I had to find a seat. This was just easy to do, but it super struggles on this speckled carpet. The minute I went over to this linoleum, it like shines. But for some reason, maybe I need to move the, I don't know why, the shoe storage area is really tricky. I have had the hardest time with that to work. The throwing away of trash, well, it's very limited on the trash. It's crumpled up paper balls. I haven't got it to pick up a toy yet. Again, that sensor, they have to program what it recognizes. So it's going to pull up to an obstacle. It's going to like scan it, and then it's going to verify it against its internal database. And if it's not something that it easily recognizes, it's going to say, it's just an obstacle, just go around it. It's not going to put a little grappling arm. I actually had to buy, we don't have these slippers normally, but I saw these in the video of the ad, and that's why I bought these slippers. It did do my Under Armour ones that I have, but it will not do regular tennis shoes. And I wish they say there's like 50 items it identifies. Well, what are those 50 items? I mean, all I got to go by is the ad. And so in the ad, it shows, oh, it definitely doesn't recognize balls. I mean, those don't seem to be too hard, but Now I have noticed the battery life is just a little bit diminished. They say that robotic arm doesn't take up a whole lot of room, but I do notice when that robotic arm is working, it does not clean as much, but you would expect that for that to use some juice and not be as powerful as this is going to be comparable to the Saros Z or the Saros 10R. Yeah, this is what it's comparable to without the robotic arm. Again, generation 1, they do say they're going to be doing over-the-air updates. Now, I've had this for 2 months. My first unit, I had to send back the power plug where you plug it in the back. One of the pins had recessed. Unfortunately, it wasn't just a power cord. I had to exchange the whole unit. So that took a couple weeks. The Roborock customer service was very good, but it's long because you can tell you're dealing with somebody overseas. You end up in an email thread. And so you'll email them during the day, then they look at it at night, they email you the next day. So it's kind of this cycle that takes a while, but they were very good. I do recommend ordering it on Amazon. Their return policy is a little easier. You just box it up, send it back within 30 days if you don't like it. But I did order this off the Roborock website, and you got to go through the Roborock customer support when that happens. Now, this does have, I think, a 1-year warranty. But again, the Roborock customer support was relatively good. It just took a couple weeks. I had to send this one back. They did give me a UPS label. I had to take it to the UPS store. And then it took 3 or 4 days for it to get there, inventory it, and then they finally sent me another one, and that took another week, by the time I got it. So, and I was almost going to send this one back. I thought, there's just something wrong with it because I had it at the studio with the gray floors and the gray carpet. It did amazing. And I never realized that it needed to be, that this was bad, because I was about an hour away from sending it back. I've got several fail videos of it just can't pick stuff up. It runs over balls, it runs over obstacles. So for some reason, I think that's really common, but I'm not sure. We got it all through our house, so it's really going to struggle here. I do like this concept, but again, super limited on. It's never going to pick up cables. Miss Fiona is sensing somebody. Oh, UPS is here. Speak of UPS, they're here, and she does not like the UPS truck. Are they bringing another robot? No. I can't let you out. So with the cost of $2,000, this makes a hard buy. I mean, a hard one to buy when the robotic arm is very limited on what it can do. Now, I did give it a Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. User interface is good. It's a good cleaning robot. It's got all the advanced features. The side brush extends. The mop pads go up and down. You can remove them. It's very good as far as an actual cleaning robot. It's this robotic arm, which probably adds $500-600 to the price tag. As this price comes down, I think it will be, it'll be a closer buy, but I'm just not sure about that robotic arm. It seems a little overhyped of how limited they made it. And again, I was telling you before, Fiona interrupted me. I don't think it'll ever do power cords because, if a cable's laying on the ground, it doesn't know if it's laying on the ground or plugged in. So it's not going to grab it, and it could cause a fire if it unplugged it. So there's going to be a lot of things that it's going to be limited on. Even the shoe size, it's very small slippers and stuff. So she wants to go out. So I will put a link to it in the show description notes. I also, in my link, I have a list of all the robots I do recommend. If you purchase the product using my link, the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to give you these honest reviews. This review, I'm going on right at 5 hours of sitting, watching, filming. Now, I love what I do, but I do appreciate everybody's support. If you do use those links, it does help. It does help provide an income to me. I get paid by YouTube and from the ads in the very beginning if somebody watches that, and also the links if somebody purchased my product through the link. So I really do appreciate that. I try to give as honest an opinion as I can. This thing, do I want to say it's completely overhyped? I don't want to categorize it as that yet, because they can do over-the-air updates. So, and they have said they will. Again, it's been 3 months, 2 months. I haven't seen an over there the update yet, other than when you take it out of the box. So, but they could throw down a huge update and like, oh, this thing's picking up regular shoes and this and that. So again, she finally gave up. Yeah. So I love, like, the Roborock app's good. I mean, there's so many good things about this. It's just the robotic arm is limited. So again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.